Okay, the other day I made a video and I even like took it down because in the beginning, but then I put it back up because I feel like it's important. Because I talked about some like important things, like, well, not important is not like some things that are really relevant right now and have been relevant for quite some time, like in like recent generations. I wanted to say though, um so I was just thinking about how people like the like one of the main ingredients of the Confederate side of the Civil War was fighting to try and make other people do the hard work, and so that other people, so that some people would be able to just do nothing. And now I'm thinking about Get Out. And then I think it's because I watched a video on TikTok where this guy was talking about how race is a social construct and how there's no genetic marker for race. And I was thinking about how, we are literally all the same. Like, we're all humans. And even though we have different, ethnic understandings biologically, we are all the same. And then I was thinking about Severance and how they just... And also, I watched Severance on a free trial. Like, I highly recommend the free trial. And then, yeah, because paying Apple just doesn't sound like a fun little time. Anyway, I don't know, I was just thinking about that abstractively. Like, I don't really know if I have anything to say, like, to put them together, but I just wanted to say those things. I guess, I mean, anyway. let's see how long I can hold it. I was thinking about for my script that I read to y'all the other day. I think it's like the 2 videos down. Yeah, 2 videos down. Like that video, this video, the video underneath of it, and then that video. I was thinking about adding a part that's like, where like she about like a grandparent's house, or not even, it doesn't even have to be a grandparent, just like an adult's couple's house, interracial for some reason. Like I haven't really fully digested it, but this is just what I'm feeling. An interracial couple, the white woman is smoking a cigarette and deeply smoke, like huffing on that thing, like like I tell you what, like it's her last cigarette type shit. Anyway, and then but the husband is not smoking, and on their wall, okay, this is gonna be a little bit freaky, but just stay with me, okay, if you would like to, but it's gonna be a little bit spooky. They have people mounted, like you know how they do deers, but it's people, and they said, and then the girl is yeah, freeloader bitches. Had to go. And then she starts crying. And she just says how she's so tired of all these people trying to live off the land like it's theirs or something. Hits the cigarette again. Then cuts to a different scene, maybe. I don't know. Thinking about it. I don't really know. I mean, honestly, I feel like just incorporating it, like just a jump cut to that scene at some point. Like, hold on, let me think. Okay. So, what if... Bro? Hello? What if it's after her graduation from college? And so it's like 2 snipers. I don't know, guys. I don't know. what if it's, I feel like, and here's how I'm feeling. I feel like if it was in any other part, because I was thinking, okay, it could be between whenever now we hear her heart fading into an actual shamanic shaman, shamanic, anyway, drum beating. The camera stays on her, she closes her eyes, blinking. And then what if, I was thinking in between that, then you could put that scene where she's at that person's house, but I feel like that's too on the nose. I feel like it's important for it to stay like this, and then maybe at the end, something like that, or maybe a whole different story. But I feel like it kind of, I don't know, guys. Okay, I guess I should just read this again. Hold on, for y'all. That way you can, like, understand what I'm thinking about here. Okay. How do I zoom out? It's so close. It is so close. Oh, here we go. Perfection. Thank you. Okay. I wrote this instead of doing an assignment. This is the backstory. Okay. I had an English assignment, and I was gonna do cause and effect or benefits of gardening on humans and human communities. But I was like, bro, I do not want to do this assignment anymore. And this is the notes that I got. In case you're curious, I started it, like, before class, because I like doing things last minute. I feel like I can just really, like, sometimes I like doing things last minute. It just depends on the vibes. But these are the notes that I got before I decided that, because then I had to look up the actual, like, benefits of a community garden. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't know why, I just did not feel like doing that assignment anymore. Not that that's not tea, of course, but, like, I feel like you understand. Listen. Okay, and this is from Permaculture College, Australia, by Robin Francis. Dirt and serotonin. Oh, hold on. Okay, when our skin interacts with soil and soil bacteria, Microbacterium vaccae. I don't know if that's an E. I think that's an E. Vaccae. Right. The brain releases serotonin. Not only does this chemical keep us happy, it also boosts our immune system. And then I had a little thing. Get the link to this. That way I can, like, put in my bibliography or something like that. That's not even the right word. Hold up. What do you call it whenever you do notes? Whenever you show the links. Let's sit on that for a second. Let me read the rest of this. Dopamine, another brain chemical that keeps us happy and our immune system healthy, is released when we harvest what we've grown as a reward. 200 years of hunter-gathering evolved this response. The contemporary transference of the brain function and dopamine high has now been recognized as the biological process at play in consumers' addiction or compulsive shopping disorder. Plant drum. All addiction pathways are the same. All addiction pathways are the same no matter what the chemical. As long as you feel rewarded, you reinforce the behavior to get that reward. So in other words, we cannot change our craving nature, but we can change the nature of what we crave. That was the author of the article. That was a quote. For this to work, the land/crops we tend to and consume must be free of pesticides such as the active ingredient in Roundup, glyphosates, deplete serotonin and dopamine levels. It's also absorbed through the skin, through the cotton we wear, and into the nervous system and circulatory system. Dirt is so important, and also like gets into the ground. Right. Dirt is so important in mammals, all stages of life. Because it's especially important in kids, because there's like studies that show that like kids who play in dirt and stuff have better immune systems, and they have especially a better immune system to mental illnesses as well. Better mental immune system as well. And then I just remembered, whenever I was a kid, there was this one time that there was a big mud puddle, and bro, I was in that mud puddle. Anyway, dirt is so important in mammals, all stages of life. Our immune system and correspondingly our mental immune system need exposure to the earth to regulate the universe within us. Like, I ate that up. Hello? That was me. I said that part. Dirt is so important in mammals, all stages of life. Our immune system and correspondingly our mental immune system, like, girl, eat it up, need exposure to the earth to regulate the universe within us. Like, period, girl. And then I said, I'm not doing this shit anymore. I said, I learned what I need to learn. I'm doing this. So now let me read this to you. I said, cause and effect of money or starve. Anyway, opening scene. Cause it's like, okay, and like, furthermore, bro, duh. You know that girl that's like the sprinkle girl? I just hear her voice in my head right now as I'm thinking about this. It's like, well, of course, like, we do need things like this. It's like, I don't want to sit here and look up the reason why. It's like, well, why do plants eat the sun? Like, because it's tea. Anyway, so I just didn't want to do this assignment anymore, so I wanted to pivot. Learn that from basketball. Anyway, opening scene. A clock is shown ticking. Screaming, running out of an office building. Oh, let me add some context. So she's sitting, so there's a woman sitting across from her psychiatry patient, and she's talking, the patient is talking about how she just has a lot of stress in her job, and she's hoping that she gets this promotion, and la da 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 da. And then the psychiatrist looks at her and starts screaming, something like this. Anyway, okay, it's literally 2:12 in the morning. Anyway, but I had to let y'all know. I have to set the scenery. Anyway, okay, and then she begins to scream, running out of the office building, pushing past armed men, knocking them down. More context. So one of the armed men has to be like knocked down. The other one kind of moves out of the way. We kind of get a close up on his face as well at some point, and like we kind of like see like some emotion like peeking through, like wanting to like trickle out of his face. Does that make sense? Like wanting to like kind of like seeping through his like his like expression of like forced expressionlessness. And he kind of moves out of the way, but like he kind of doesn't. So she still has to push past him, but she doesn't have to knock him down to move to get through. Okay, and then people begin to chase her. They are chased, and I switched the pronouns around because I feel like this experience is somewhat universal. So I use they and she to express the fact that this is more than just one person's experience. They are chased by deadpan, expressionless husks of humans. Then once... Okay, but can I read this to you like the way it's written now? A clock is shown ticking. Screaming, running out of an office building, pushing past armed men, knocking them down. Psychiatry appointment. After listening to a person stressed about their job. Out of the city and into the woods. They lay on the foliage as tears stream down their face. They are chased by deadpan, expressionless husks of humans. Then once they reach the person in the woods, their eyes widen, that we see trees reflected in their eyes. They begin to cry and sob, dropping to the grass, holding each other's hands, shaking to release the years of fear and illusion. And something that's important to know, once they get into the grass, yes, there's so much emotion and pain being released, but it's also like their body language. Yes, they're shaking, but like it's also like imagine whenever you get into such a comfy position in bed, you're just like it's like that too, little mixture. Okay, jump cuts to the last day of school. Unease and doubt is bold under the highlighted emotions of success. They walk quickly from the school to their car and sit silent. All to be heard is the air conditioner whooshing in the shallow breaths of them. A few tears drop and a meek smile emerges. I did it. They drive past a field on the way home, and for a moment, time lengthens. The person looks onto nature, and accidentally swerves into the wrong lane. No honk. The gut tells her to look, and she swerves back. Now we hear her heart, fading into an actual shamanic drum, beating. The camera stays on her, then she closes her eyes, blinking. With another beat of the drum, it shows her waking up, as if she had walked the desert itself. Eyes puffy and swollen, her hair unkempt. 4 years later, she's graduating college. We see flashbacks of the night before, in between her putting makeup on, where she screamed and bellowed. A bear roars play under her audio. Almost drowning her tears, trying to hold herself, begging her lungs to process the air. The drum begins again, so much louder now. With every step on the concrete sidewalk she takes, pans to her legs, blends to her going across the stage. She stares, and you know what? I feel like it might not even need to blend. Like maybe it should be long. Like her walking from her dorm to the stage. But maybe that wouldn't make sense. But maybe it would. I don't know. Okay. Because, like, wouldn't she have to sit? But, like, what if she just gets there right as they're calling her name? Does that make sense? I don't know. But I feel like it would be kind of interesting. Like, to have it be a kind of long clip. Like, you know what I mean? She stares out into the crowd. In 1 second, it's normal smiling faces. Then their expressions go dark, and the clapping slows and intensifies. Like this. But like super loud. Like picture whenever you're in a crowd and you just hear someone clapping, you're like, bro, that person could be 10 miles away and you'd still hear them clap. That kind of clapping. Her body locks up and walks off a stage. This part is in slow motion, cutting back and forth with the clapping crowd and her. Every shot of her gets closer. Every shot of the crowd pulls back to reveal not only more people, but 2 snipers dressed in blue suits on either side of the crowd trained on her. Then the last thing that we see is like the closer up of her face, and then it cuts to black. And you know what? I think that clip with like the the couple, it would fit. Like, I think it would still need to cut to black, and we could still do the I wanna be free. And then it cuts to, and then it's like a few more seconds of black, and then it can cut to the scene with the couple. I feel like that would be interesting. And then after that's done, it could be or and that's just how I'm feeling. And then let me place a video of the drum example. It would be those drums, but it wouldn't have the singing, because the singing is like very much like it's not meant to be like, it's meant to, like, the drums are meant to be a call back to reality. It's not a celebration. And this is like more of like I could be wrong, but this is called a grass dance. So I feel like that is a celebratory, and it's not meant to be that at this point where it's dude, that is a beautiful story. Like, behind the, like the reason behind the dance. I'll put it in the description. So I wouldn't use that melody of drum either. It would just be like boom, 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 like a heart beating. Okay, also, the reason why I originally wanted to record a video right now is because I posted a video the other day, and I was talking about, like, I asked in the beginning, I was like, do any of you guys ever feel your brain growing? Especially after taking, brain, mental medications, and I wanted to say that even if you don't physically feel your brain healing from that kind of stuff, doesn't mean that your brain isn't healing. I think that our bodies naturally, it's like a rubber band. Like, we are always on the path of healing and growing and nurturing ourselves and our environment. So yeah, I just wanted to say that in case somebody watches that and they're like, dude, I don't want anybody to like feel scared, because it's like trust. And if you like, I'm not trying to I still believe that the people, like doctors and stuff, like they like want to help. I just have I just feel like some medications are quite questionable. But I feel like most practitioners of medicine, come from a from a human perspective. And some people, like that girl that I was talking about with the next one on, she was explaining how she went to some doctors and they just like tried to gaslight her into getting back on it and all this stuff. I want to make a clear distinction that some people, don't quite, like, they aren't, like, I just think like some people don't some people are just not the right people to go to, I guess is the best way to say that, and to like always trust your gut whenever it comes to stuff like that, and whenever it comes to your body in general. If you feel like you need to go to the doctor, go to the doctor. If you feel like you need to talk to someone about, your body, your health, go to someone who can help you. Please don't just wait, don't put it off. I'm not suggesting that at all. And if you feel like you need to be put on medication, like I'm like, whenever I was like 16 and stuff, that was like my only, like, yes, it didn't really, like, it felt weird and it felt weird in my body, and sometimes it felt like my literal nerves were having weird reactions to the stuff that they were putting me on. But did it help me stay alive? I guess. So just, do what helps you live right now, but do it for you. You know what I mean? Understand that, just please, just please trust your body, trust your heart, trust your gut, and trust that whenever you do trust someone in the medical field, trust that you can ask them questions and learn more and see if there's different options if you don't want to be on medication. I really don't want anybody to like not get help because they don't trust, because it's like right now it is what it is, and as we learn and heal and grow as a society, as we incorporate more holistic healing remedies and more plants and herbs along with modern understandings, but things will like get better and better and better. But don't stay hurting. Talk to someone, go to therapy. Like I was in therapy since I was 7 years old. Like, you know, you don't have to do it alone. I just wanted to talk about my experiences with medication because one, I low-key had to get on it because of probation, and like kind of just like the way that felt, and the way that it like sometimes they had me like changing my medication like 6 times in a year or something like that. So it just felt like I wanted to talk about that experience, but I also want it to be understood that there is space held for other experiences where those things can help, you know, even if it just helps by the way of trying to figure out different things, like trying to see like, okay, well, is this going to work, then like having to wait 6 weeks, and then I don't know, I don't even know how to explain this, like, because it's like the way that I feel is like, yes, that was a painful time in my life, but it was also important. Like, I don't know how to explain. If you feel like you would benefit from medication mentally, and also I want it to be known, if you feel like you could benefit from medication for mental health, by all means pursue that, and just make sure that you know, see if there's do your research on whatever medication your psychiatrist is talking about. Make sure it doesn't have like links to like dementia and shit. Like it's but if it doesn't, period. You know what I mean? Like whatever it takes. Anyway, much love to you. Be kind to yourself. Trust yourself. You can do anything you put your mind to.